Hello, everybody. Hope you all had a great Monday. I did. Not much been happening. I've been getting a lot of stuff done. Several people on 360 have just up and disappeared, which is kind of sad because they never say goodbye or why they're leaving. They just vanish. And being Monday, that does mean it's Spooky Tales Monday. And this week for Spooky Tales, I have not disappointed, for I have part 2 of the California Spooky Tales for this week. And we start off with Sacramento, California, Sacramento City Cemetery. Reports of several apparitions, including a couple dressed in black, a pit bull who follows visitors around the cemetery and suddenly disappears. No animals are allowed inside the gates. And a little girl seen playing near the headstone of a deceased child. The cemetery is closed at night except for occasional guided tours and is well known for its numerous hauntings. Also in Sacramento, we go to the tunnels under Old Sacramento. There are a series of tunnels that run under Old Sacramento. These tunnels were originally the streets of Sacramento before the first 8 or so blocks next to the river were raised above sea level to avoid flooding. Apparently the tunnels had served as opium dens and brothels and possibly for ritualistic activity at some point. Several businesses owners with access to the tunnels have reported an extremely menacing energy and strange noises coming from the tunnels, and went so as far as to hire a paranormal investigator. Rumor is that the tunnels are now sealed off, but as of August 2005, a visitor to the site that I got this from reported that the rumor is false. People can still enter the old tunnels through basements of the older buildings in Old Town Sacramento, as long as they have the property owner's permission or in the company of the property owner. It is reported everything is still preserved. Interesting. We now move to Salinas, the Old Stage Road. The Old Stage Road has been known for many hauntings. It runs right outside of Salinas and goes through the back roads of King City. One of the most infamous stories that they have been passed down was back in the late 1800s or early 1900s. There was a woman that was walking along the side of the road. There was a man who asked her for a ride and she accepted. After a couple minutes passed by, he pulled over and savagely attacked and raped her. After this horrendous act, he took the body out into the fields and decapitated her. Then he went out and threw the head into the fields and left the body. After that, there were sightings of a woman walking down the road holding her own head. Where you see a woman walking, and if someone picks her up, she'll sit there for a moment and then vanishes right where the crime occurred. Interesting. I think the dates are a little off because I don't think they had cars in the 1800s. We move on to San Diego, the Hotel del Coronado. I've actually seen reports of these hauntings on the Travel Channel. Kate Morgan reportedly killed herself. Her body was found on the steps leading to the beach. It was also thought it may have been murder. She was seen not only in her room, which is now room 3312, but other areas of the motel and grounds as well. And we move to the Lake Marina Campground. across from the campsites in a wooded area, there appears the ghost of a young woman in a long white dress. There is a cold and eerie presence near, and the boulders that lie beneath the trees, and her apparition has been seen on 2 occasions by 2 different men. The first sighting occurred on a warm July night around 9 p.m. A group was setting up camp when one of the men ventured over to the dark area and found the young woman looking at him. He was startled and turned away. When he turned back, she had vanished, but he could still feel her presence. The second sighting occurred around 3 a.m. a couple of days later. Another man from the same group of campers got out of his tent after being awakened from a deep sleep by an unknown presence. He looked over his tent and saw the lady pacing. She stopped, looked right at his face, then continued to pace as if she were waiting for someone. The man went to wake up his friends, but by the time he woke anyone, she had vanished. Not being able to sleep after the sighting, he decided to stay awake with another camper and start a campfire. In the distance, they could hear the voice of a woman laughing and singing. There seemed to be no explanation for it at the time of the morning. On other occasions, the same campers have heard heavy footsteps around their tents during the night that did not fade as if someone were walking away, but simply left and disappeared. In a photo taken of one of the campers in this area, there appears a large orb floating right next to it. And the last stop this week is San Francisco, Alcatraz. I've seen many shows about the Alcatraz being haunted, and it's a pretty interesting place, and if I ever get a chance to go there, I would love to go there. But voices in the former eating area as well as cell blocks are heard when no one else is around. Footsteps and the sounds of cell doors opening and closing also echo throughout the corridor. People have reported feeling cold spots in certain areas and feeling that they are not alone, even when they are. That's Spooky Tales for this week. Hope you all had a great Monday, and hope your night is full of